And hello, late night craft talk. Mwahaha, it is October, the greatest non-religious holiday month of ever.
Oh my God, you guys. I bet you guys are so excited. You've been waiting for this time of year because this is the most fun we have with our
Ever.
show like ever.
It's Spooktober, folks.
They're like, I can't wait for October because I have the most fun watching the show in October. Hello.
And we beat Maya to it. Let's see who we got watching. We got one person. I bet it's Maya.
You think?
I'm going to do sharing is caring now. Yes, folks, we are live tonight. Live.
I know, guys. We could not share the first October show without you guys. We would be so depressed.
And one of us is on the road while the other is running media control.
Yes.
I see Maya.
Wow, Maya made it. Yay.
Okay, we'll get geez, the numbers are jumping up quick tonight. October show.
Because everyone loves our October shows. They're so much fun.
Every show's awesome. The last live show we were talking about Wendy and I talking about Klingons.
I think our October shows are the most fun, though. I think everyone loves our October shows.
Well, we're just born for spooky Halloween. I'm sharing is caring right now. I hope you're doing the same.
I'm putting my eyelashes on for the show. See that?
Okay, shared. What am I looking at?
James.
Your eyelashes?
Okay. Doesn't that look so much better? Look.
You're really asking me?
Yes, I am.
The paragon of fashion right here?
Yes. It makes
Please, I'm wearing joggers and a gym shirt.
It makes a difference. You can see my eyes.
You can see your eyes beforehand. I guess I'm too pragmatic to reckon. Eyes ain't cool.
Okay. You know what? Maybe I need to do this. Maybe I need to do this on the show so everyone can see and then give their opinion.
Let's hope it's not TMI. We got El Presidente has made a pronouncement.
Yes, guys. It's time to share. Maya said so.
You got to do what Maya says, folks. And you've only got 7.5 more minutes.
She's like, come on, guys.
Of course, for you, it's probably 7 minutes and 45 seconds with a delay.
She's like, share, everyone. Come on, you guys.
Chair.
You want to. Want to.
So we're doing should you be afraid or not? We're going to bring up fear tonight. Should you fear something or should you not? We're going to bring up a few different subjects. A couple of phobias, one general discussion, and something else involves technology.
It's going to be
talking
fun.
Skynet.
Don't worry, guys. You guys are going to love this episode. You're going to be like...
Yeah, we're getting a little philosophical tonight. A little different than our usual starter for October. Our 4th October doing late night craft talk. Oh, and Maya made another pronouncement. For this, she says this. Not a demand, just a suggestion.
No, it's a demand.
It's a demand. And when it comes from El Presidente, it's a demand.
Yes, when it's a proclamation, it's a demand.
Proclamation, that was the word I was looking for. Spooky castle right there on our hold screen. Let's see, got a few other messages. Yep, okay.
Okay,
Did you
just kind of phase out, or is it just me?
Did I phase out?
Or did you disappear for a moment? Or is it just me?
Might have been you. The little streaming thing, we've been having a problem with that. I'm going to have to kind of play with our bit rate and stuff like that on the show. Another observation from our El Presidente, you guys crack me up. So who's in the house? Hi. Who we got watching, folks? I know that some of our viewers are having a little difficult time because we do have a few viewers back east that were affected by the hurricane.
Yeah, and we really wish you guys are, safe and hope you guys are, getting back to normal in the near future very, very soon.
Yeah. I'll tell them what we talked about, but we decided.
Yeah.
Well, what we talked about, we decided to move off because that'll be an important episode in November. 5 minutes. Know any good Halloween jokes?
Dude, what the heck? I keep messing this up.
I don't know. I saw like I'm gonna show some. I'm gonna go ahead and tell some rejects from tonight's opening where I do the dad joke.
Okay.
What was it? Fear jokes. Let me find that website again. Okay, these are some of the reject jokes that didn't make the opening credits. The swordfish has no natural predators to fear from, except the penfish, which is supposed to be even mightier. The only thing that flat earthers fear is sphere itself. I have a fear of overly intricate buildings. I have a complex.
What kind of shoes? Maya is asking us, what kind of shoes does a ghost wear?
What kind of shoes does a ghost wear, Maya?
Tell us, Maya. We want to know. Inquiring minds want to
Tell us. Tell us now. Ah, spooky fog in our account. Hold down screen.
Boots! Boots! Nice.
I'm highlighting it. Boots. Check me up.
So funny. That's maybe now my eyelashes are on. I should probably share.
Do you ever accidentally put them upside down?
No, because the way that these are, they're not upside down.
Okay.
Let's see here. Dancing Bears Lives.
I'm looking at some of these jokes. These are horrible.
I'm sure this is terrible.
Yeah. Oh, this is bad. I have a fear of elevators, but I'm taking steps to avoid it. I have a fear of negative numbers. I'll stop at nothing to avoid them. I am developing a fear of German sausage. I fear the worst. The worst. Worst. WRST. Maya. Hubby told me that joke. There you go. Oh, 2.5 minutes, folks. I was recently diagnosed with a fear of giants. Phi phobia.
Okay, I just shared.
What? You sharing?
I just shared.
Hoorah.
Yes, I just shared.
What's a pirate's worst fear on a blind date? This one's bad.
If it's bad, then maybe you shouldn't.
I'm going to put it up there because I think it's just this side of the borderline. A sucking chest and no booty. God, who does these? The only thing that okay, I already did that one. Keeps on appearing like every 5 jokes. So you know the fear of spiders and arachnophobia? What's the fear of chainsaws? Common sense. That was pretty good. Wendy's here. Hello, fellow co-host of the Klingon episode.
Wendy, I miss you.
All right, minute and 16 seconds. Let's see what else I got here. Putin's great. Okay, that's. Anatophobia is the irrational fear that somewhere a duck or goose is watching you. Iron Maiden tried to warn us about the fear of the duck. What? I went to the doctors because I've suddenly acquired a fear of flying that thinks it could be a terminal illness. Good God.
I'm connecting to a better network, so hopefully that helps. I'm connected to my pocket Wi-Fi, so hopefully that's
gotcha. Better. All right, folks, you ready to count down with us? You ready, Svea?
Oh my gosh, we're almost there, guys. You ready?
Oh, this one just went by quicker than 10 minutes.
I know. It's crazy.
Okay.
I know.
Coming down.
It's such a spooky background, by the way. It's such a spooky background.
It's October. We're supposed to have a spooky background.
You know, right? Well, your background's not spooky. It's just super Star Trek-y.
Yours?
Yours is.
Well, I still have it from the last show where I do. Oh, 1098-76-543-210.
Oh, one. Yay! Start the
Just
show.
come back and I'll change it. All right, showtime. It's time for Late Night Craft Talk with hosts Svea Yang and James Hermes. On this week's show, should I be scared or not? This is part 1 of our build-up to Halloween. You know, I have a fear of speed bumps, but I'm slowly getting over it. Yeah, it's time to start the show. We got a Maya joke.
Yeah, but no, James, no. Because maybe it's not a little PC. We love you, Maya, but maybe not a little PC.
Svea said no. Believe me, she tells me this many times.
Sorry, Maya.
We define the king, queen, president.
You gotta be careful. So hello, everyone. Happy October. We are so excited to have this live show for you for October. So for those of you who have not watched our show before, we do the show every week and it's live most of the time. Sometimes we have to do pre-recorded or we do reruns because sometimes we're out and we just can't do a live show because we do different shows or we go on, James goes on tons of kayaking trips and stuff. So, but anyway, we would love it if you guys would subscribe to our channels. We do have our Facebook pages. We have our YouTube channels. We have our Twitch channels. We do have Instagram accounts. I have a Twitter account. Do you have a Twitter account, James?
X.
An X account?
I'm with the current times. I don't say Twitter anymore. Just like you keep on going. I wish we could just do this on my MySpace.
When I call it Twitter, everyone knows what I mean. I just call it Twitter. Silly.
Sure, we'll just post that on your MySpace.
Okay.
I'm with the time. Current.
Anyway, please.
I know it's cool tomorrow.
Please share this information on your different channels, whatnot. We have really interesting things we like to share with everyone all the time. We try to make a fun show. And of course, we love sharing it with you guys every week. So, James, what's going on with Elk Rack?
Let me wash my mouth out real quick, but otherwise, I need to put up. Let's talk about this while I do that. When you gave us a topic of discussion,
October temperatures. I wish we were in October temperatures. I remember back in the day when it was October and it was so cold that you'd have to wear a jacket over your Halloween costume because it was so cold outside. Now it's like you're sweating in your Halloween costume. And
October 1st, it was 115 degrees in the Coachella Valley.
Oh my goodness.
Usually we're cooling down by like 105 is pushing it. Usually we're around about 100 degrees by now, maybe a hair over. Not 100. Well, actually, I think Palm Springs clocked in at the hottest spot in the nation at 116 or 70 degrees on October 1st. And today was still 112. In a week, we're supposed to be back down to the normal, the 90s. But it ain't 120. Yeah, warmtober. Summer is not releasing.
So, James,
at least we're getting the cool nights. Yes.
What's going on with Elk Rack Traders?
Okay, now we're past that topic of discussion because I had to just wet my palate and get that food down my stomach. We just got done with Poway Rodeo last weekend. And, we don't show as much as some other businesses because we make 90% of what we sell. And that takes time. Plus, we're doing shows in Palm Springs once a week. But we were there. The people that came out, we had a couple of viewers of the show that recognized us and said, howdy. Great seeing you. Poway, folks at Poway that watch us and Poway and rodeo folks from that part of San Diego County. Thanks for bringing out. That was a fun show. You were a great crowd. There's a reason we go there every year. Matter of fact, let me look for it. Brand videos. So we do this thing sometimes. This is a fun Poway rodeo story. And it's a great punchline. So This is, and I think our mic's mute when I do this, when I pre-upload the videos. Folks, this is a technical thing for Svea and I on the StreamYard we use. But sometimes we stream for like maybe 10, 15 minutes. We'll stream, the booth. What's happened in the booth. People kind of like it and see this working and see what it looks like, what we do, kind of behind the scenes a little bit, not just, from inside the booth. And they like to see that. They're going to do it this time. As soon as you look it, slap another arrowhead on it in the field and breathe it.
Where did you get these feathers?
Wherever I can, I make them pretty. So that's what we look like, and apparently we cannot talk. The video's muted if we preload the videos, so we'll know that. Our mics are muted. Well, but that was a clip of us of where we live streamed from the booth. We did it last night in Palm Springs. And that video clip missed. I stopped streaming 5 seconds before this girl, who was probably 7 or 8 years old, asked what I think is the question of the year. You ready for this? This is, wow, this is an October Halloween question she had. We're selling rabbit furs. We got the rabbit fur hides. And she goes, do you have any of the rabbit furs with the head still attached? I like this girl. I like her. She's probably thinking, I could have that, to put on the wall, where I'm like, was the question of the year. You get one to stick with it. That was great. So, yeah, that was cool. Anyway, love seeing you all at Poway. We will be in 1 week from tonight, we will be at the Bulls Only Rodeo at Lakeside Rodeo Grounds in Lakeside, California. So look forward to seeing y'all there. I think Friday, I think Saturday night's actually sold out. Friday night, I talking to the guy, one of the committee earlier today, should still be tickets left. We'll be there Friday night, Saturday, both sessions of rodeo. Come check us out. We love it. And this is our 24th or 25th year at this event. We're long timers. We were there at the original event. So gotta be cool. That's what's going on with Elk Rack. So hey, what's going on with Dead Sea Bear?
Well,
yes,
we are at tomorrow is the Santa Ynez Chumash powwow. So we are actually we are near Santa Ynez by Santa Barbara, up in the mountains. There's a powwow this weekend, so we're very excited about that. We didn't come here last year because my brother got married. So my brother, happy anniversary. He has been married 1 year, but Dan and I have been married 20 years. So I think we got him a little trumped on that one. But that just happens over time, right? So next week, we actually have our bead retreat. It's coming up. We're super excited about it. And we still have registration open. James, do you have a question? You're making this face.
Then you're running away from a bead army?
It's called a bead retreat because you get away from all the crazy in life and you go bead all weekend.
So you're retreating from life and go beading.
Yep.
Okay. As long as there's nothing involved in the Maginot Line.
We actually have a hotel that we booked, their conference room, and we're going to have classes on Saturday and Sunday. We're doing several projects that are included in the price of the bead retreat. It is $150 for the whole weekend. So the event starts on Friday. It goes Friday, Saturday, Sunday. The classes are on Saturday and Sunday. It is a super deal. We're doing a whole bunch of projects you can do during the event, and you will finish all the projects. They're not completely, terribly, ludicrously hard. We will be selling we're going to be selling different kits if you want to do harder projects. We have all that stuff available for you, and we will have more supplies if you want to do some more of them. Keep an eye on our social media because we will be showing the different projects that we are doing for our bead retreat. Coming up this coming week, we'll be posting those pictures. And we did get in some new products. I don't know if you guys follow us on our Instagram or social media, but I can show you this video on my phone with no sound. Make sure my volume's down a little
Don't
bit.
play the cat video. Don't play the cat video.
So like we got in these. Oh, forgot
Crumbly.
I have. I know I have my virtual background. That's the Haunted Mansion in Walt Disney World behind me.
I was wondering about that. That's a heck of a lighting job.
Isn't that cool? Like when Dan and I went to Walt Disney World last year, they actually decorate and light up the whole Haunted Mansion a different color at Walt Disney World.
Nice. Okay.
So actually, let me show. Oh, I guess I could show you guys. Let me see. Let's figure out how to do that. I have to go to Facebook and share the tab really quick. Hold on, Sam.
While we're waiting, can I ask people to caption something?
Yeah, go for it.
Folks, while we're waiting for this, I would like y'all. Come on. There we go. Caption this. I actually took this picture outside of a Walgreens today. Video recording in progress. Please caption that for us. This ought to be some good ones considering the folks we have watching tonight. Okay, that's it.
Try to get this to the start. How do I get this to start over? James. How do I
Yes.
get this to start over?
What's that?
How do I get this to start over, James?
I don't know what you're looking at.
I'm trying to figure out how to get this to start over.
There's no do-over to start the show.
Okay.
Folks, while we're waiting for Svea to do this, I'm going to bring our segue up early. Tell me when you're ready.
It's okay. It's okay. I'm just going to share the screen. It's all good. Okay. So these are we got these really cute little cabs. They're these, we call them sparkleberries, but I got them in a bow shape.
But you still feel
So you
like
can literally just glue them to a hair headband and make these cute little bows. Or you can,
what I see,
I don't know how that happens, but that last bit sits there. But get this to play again.
Yeah, we want to mute this music.
Aren't those cute? Aren't those cute? I have 2 sizes, and they come in lots of colors. So anyway, I thought they were super cute, and we just got them in, and we also got in a whole bunch of Halloween. We got in some Mummy Hello Kitties that we sold out of.
But you still
Sold out of Mummy Hello Kitties, but we just got them back in, and we got some My Melodies, and we got some other new cabs that we just got in, and we'll have them at Santa Ynez. Oh, and we got an Oogie Boogie. We got an Oogie Boogie. An Oogie Boogie little cab. Really
That's cool.
Yeah. So it's going to be a lot of fun. We're excited about it. And the bead retreat, like I said, it's coming up. So sign up. You're going to love it. Come visit us in the powwow. You're going to love it.
There we go. Okay.
Oh, and then one more thing, James.
Yes.
Remember I was telling you, look at my eyelashes.
Do you like my eyelashes? Or did I overdo it?
No.
They look good. They look good.
I know they do. They look better than my normal.
Yo, wow. You know, low. Oh, conceited are us. Dancing conceited.
No.
Trader.
So I actually have eyelashes now.
Yeah, waiting for
nice.
more. Waiting for some people to caption that. All right, we ready?
No, because look at I use these things. Okay, all right, go for it.
More than I ever knew about putting on eyelashes. Now I know 3 times more than I ever knew, which was
okay.
Okay. Is that like Lee press on nail things or what?
So this one's really cool because it's magnetic, and you put one on the top and you put it on the bottom, and you just did this on your eyelash, and it attaches to your eyelashes. There's no glue.
With glue.
No glue.
Magnets?
It's just magnet, and it goes on top and the bottom. There's a magnet on the top and the bottom of this thing, and you just go like this, and and it's just holding on to my eyelashes.
Okay, because when I think magnets, I think of Jesse Pinkman going, "Yeah, magnets." Bad word.
Yeah, no, it's pretty cool.
Yeah,
I've been trying them out and I really like them just for like every day.
Very cool. They look good. Okay. In our segue, because this is our first special before we ready to move on.
Yeah, go for
Cool.
it.
All right. In our build up to Halloween, our first special, and folks, we're gonna have to do a pre-record or a replay later in the month because we got shows coming up, and just so we know that our because we have shows coming up all the way in early November, that our Halloween special is actually going to be. I know, Svea, I don't know if we talked about this beforehand. Well, it's actually say something. But our Halloween special is actually going to be October 25th, not November 1st, because one, it's after Halloween.
Yes.
So we're building up there. I'm out of town on the 1st. So we're building up on that one. But this being our first show, we're waiting. We're ready for Halloween. Decorations have been out. Home Depot's had stuff out since right after Labor Day.
Yes.
More of the better decorations are at home. Home Depot, not Lowe's.
Yeah.
So we're waiting on this. And we're thinking, who else could also be waiting on that greatest of days, Halloween? That face you make when it's almost time for Halloween. That's been our face since August.
I've been like, seriously, James,
Yes.
I've been blowing up his inbox of so many different types of DIYs of Halloween stuff.
Oh, you have been. You have been.
Since like June.
Wow.
Like every day and night, I've been sending him DIYs for Halloween. And he's probably getting so annoyed.
Another group getting ready for Halloween, just getting pumped up for it. How do skeletons get pumped for Halloween? They take steroids. Steroids.
Nice.
And then there's a big lag between I do here and what shows up there. That's weird. Okay. Another one, Pumpkin ready for it. He goes over and sees his barber. Surprise me with the carver knife. Just killing time, waiting for that greatest of days. And then we have, of course, desserts that people are starting to come out early and think of. There's, of course, like this one. There's a lot of good things to say about that. And I'm not a big Mike Myers fan. Is it Michael Myers?
Mike Myers, I think.
Okay.
Michael,
right.
Yeah, I think his full name is Michael, but I think they call him Mike Myers, yeah.
Yeah, because I don't want to get confused with, the dude from Wayne's World and a lot of other stuff. Good, cool, amazing stuff. So with that, tonight, folks, we're talking about, should I be scared or should I not be scared? We're going to be talking about common fears that you probably have. We're going to delve into we're going to get scientifical with it. I'm making a new word tonight, scientifical. We're going to cruise that. And it's something that maybe that's not dealing with phobias or fear, but should you be scared of it or should you not? We're going to be talking about something that's appeared on the internet this week I'm quite frankly fascinated with it. And as a student, I'm going to love it. But first, let's review and get this stuff out of the way. Oh, wait, we have the POW schedule to put out. Should I put out the POW calendar?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, folks, we got to get this out of the way first. We have a POW calendar. There we go. We got to knock this out. I just don't know why it's not appearing. There it is. Okay. There we go. It takes, apparently there's a 5-second delay between what appears on my computer screen and what happens here. So we're revisiting the memes. Come on, technology. Thank you, Skynet. And let's see if we got it. Wow. Okay, there we go. That's not supposed to be there. Okay, so what we're going to do is let me go out and share again.
That was correct. You actually had the Chumash powwow information up.
I did, but there's a few other powwows there too. So I'm going to presenting share screen again to do this because there's a crazy lag going on right now.
So everyone sing along. Sometimes I feel like somebody's watching me, and I got no privacy. Oh, somebody. Sometimes I feel.
We're both ourselves on this one. Okay, there we go. All right. I think I have it this time. We're going to try it. Let's get ready for two computers that are going to get along at the moment. There we go. First off, we have Coming up Friday, 1 week from tonight, is the NIAEA powwow, which is actually the National Indian, Blanken, whatever. It's a trade show, but there's actually a powwow. Friend of the show, Richard DeCrane, is actually going to be the arena director of the powwow. It's only about a 3-hour powwow. And it's part of a Native American Science and Engineering Conference and health conference. They hold this convention about the middle of October every year. Fortunately, I cannot. I would love to be at that powwow, but I would be at Bulls Only Rodeo in Poway, or excuse me, Lakeside. But that's coming up, and this weekend where Svea's at now, the Chumash Intertribal Powwow. Go there. If you live within 3 hours, go.
Yeah,
Go powwow.
it's actually a really popular powwow. We're gonna have a lot of dancers here, and it's kind of the end of the whole fall powwow trail in Southern California.
It really is, and then this thing just jumped by itself. That's crazy. All right, we're gonna be one of those nights. Spookiness thing. Our machines are haunted. Chumash powwow, and then we have Bulls Only Rodeo coming up next weekend. You get your tickets at Boot Barn. And then after that, we do have coming up Halloween Bead Retreat, Dancing Bear. That's on our schedule. And after that, first weekend of October, we do have coming up. It's a long drive, but they do a really good job. They really do. Is the Ridgecrest Powwow and Petroglyph Festival. We'll be there at that one because a buddy of mine runs it, and I helped him with a lot of things, logistics on that. And I made the flyer for him. So that's coming up.
About a month. Also that weekend.
Yes.
But you don't if you don't have noted, that's actually the same weekend as the Red Mountain Powwow in Scottsdale, Arizona, which Dancing Bear Indian Trader will be at.
Need to send me the flyer.
Yes.
Get that up so get it on the calendar, definitely. So we have another powwow.
Yeah, that one is going to be at the Pima River Reservation in Scottsdale, Arizona. That's the weekend right after Thanksgiving. It's always the first weekend after Thanksgiving, and it is in Arizona. It's awesome. We've been going there for years. That is the next powwow we're going to after this powwow.
Gotcha. We still have there's still a powwow over in November at the Autry, the Gene Autry Museum.
I don't know.
It's a one day.
Like a 1 day, yeah. It used to be like a full weekend, and they dropped it to a 1 day, and we can't do 1 days anymore. It's too much.
Yeah, it did. Did your sound go?
Did it go?
We're good. Okay, back to the show subject. Now we had to get the business knocked out of the way, folks. 10:23. All right, so to talk about the fears, common fears that everybody has, I'm going to bring up first off. We're going to get the scientific stuff locked out real quick on this one. We're going to blaze through this. I mean, I already know I got too much material for the show we have left. But let's go ahead and cover this really quickly. Just to give you a kind of a textbook definition, to be able to verbalize what is fear. It rises with the threat of harm, physical or emotional or psychological, real. Imagine this triple underline this part, real or imagined. It's considered a negative emotion. Fear actually serves an important role in keeping us safe as it mobilizes us to cope with potential danger, but real or imagined. We're all born with a deeply rooted biological fear, the instinct that protects us when we are in danger. As we grow older, we start to develop psychological fears that can be harder to detect and tame. Okay, knocking out the scientificals. What is a phobia? Phobia is basically uncontrolled, irrational fear to the point that it affects you and you cannot function in your daily life. In everyday life, that it's crippling. That's when a fear becomes a phobia. Like if I'm afraid of Svea, I live in 24/7 fear of Svea. I don't, but that's just an example right there. And then Svea would probably say the same about me. So those are the two things. We want to get those knocked out so we have a definition. We're all on the same page on this one. Now, what's interesting is we've been looking at this, and Svea and I have been talking. What are the rarest phobias? Fear of walking, fear of vomiting. There's actually a fear of peanut butter.
Isn't there also a fear of scarecrows?
Yeah, but these are the ones I can copy paste quick off the internet. Fear of long words, fear of phobias, fear of chewing gum. Matter of fact, with fear of phobias, it's called phobophobia.
Phobophobia.
It's a real thing. Fear of phobias. Fear of being scared. And just in case you don't like those long words, there's also hippopotamonsterosis quipidoliophobia. I know I said that wrong, which is a fear of long words.
Wow.
This is a real thing. It's a diagnosis for everything.
Wow.
So now that we know that, we got to think, wow, I really did go to all this, didn't I? We'll go with this. Just so you know, we're on the same page right here. We do have common emotional symptoms to phobias. It's the constant worrying, trouble falling asleep. These are emotional symptoms. Needing to escape, feeling detached from the situation. That's a big one. That's actually a coping mechanism that people think, oh, it doesn't affect me. Well, it's because you're detaching yourself and needing to escape. Physical symptoms are going to include sweating, shortness of breath, shaking or trembling, nausea, dizziness, rapid breathing, screaming, weeping or running away. So those are the common things, and detachment is probably the hardest one to understand, surprisingly, of just what happens when you have a phobia and you are actively affecting you. Now that we've done that, I'm going to touch on one. We're going to revisit this a couple of times through the show, probably. We're going to visit, should we do clowns or notebook LM first?
How about we do clowns?
Let's do clowns. So, folks, the most surprising and most probably common is a fear of clowns. It's like, why you're scared of clowns, but should you be or should you not be? Remember, that's the theme of the show here. And with clowns, okay, there we go. We're not going to display because we know that if we do this, we would lose viewers like crazy. We're not going to show a picture of a clown. Instead, what we're going to do is put up a red balloon because I like Pennywise. From it. Yeah. Fear of clowns is coulrophobia. That's actually how it's said, I hope. Coulrophobia, fear of clowns. Now, let's kind of examine now. We got to think, why do clowns exist? They've been around since ancient Egypt, if you see right there, the 5th dynasty of ancient Egypt. 2,400 years ago. What is that? 4,400 years ago. About the time the pyramids were built. So if you read right there, you get the idea. Served a socio-religious or psychological role. Clowns traditions have developed out of earlier comedic roles in theater or variety shows in the mid-19th, 20th century. And the modern clowning school of comedy in the 21st century diverged from white-faced clown tradition with a more of an emphasis on personal vulnerability and heightened sexuality. I don't know how the hell that works. What's interesting with clowns is that even in native culture, you ever heard of a heyoka or contrary?
I know that like in the Kachina, I know that there's like the black, I don't know the name, but there's a black and white clown.
Clown's one generally loose term for that. But even then, there's always a person that serves in a contrary role. Contrarian is another adaptation to understand that. But there'd be a person in the village whose role or in a public gathering to do all the things you're not supposed to do. So people will laugh and going, look, he's a fool. He's acting like a fool. He's doing all this other stuff you're not supposed to do. And hence, give an example of what is not socially acceptable. And hence that clown role, which does relate to other parts of the world in that sense of what a clown does. There's pals I've been in the Midwest and Northern Plains where you have clown dancers. It's a guy who have a bustle made of the balloons. And he's dressed as a clown. He's out in the arena filling that role as a contrarian. And it's make like a social commentary. And that's what the clowns do. So it's well known, the concepts of this throughout Native people and traditions across the world. So with that, let's get scientific about clowns. Now we understand that concept. Let's do a little exploring. So fear of clowns questionnaire was prompted. This is a scientific study actually done by the American Scientific Journal. Fear of clowns. They sent us out to 987 people between 18 and 77 years old. More than half the respondents said they were scared of clowns, at least to some degree, with 5% saying they were just, pooped their pants scared of clowns. And the percentage, we got some interesting facts here. Percentage reporting fear of clowns is slightly higher than those reported for many other phobias, such as animals, injections, injuries, heights, fear of heights, or even weather. And colorophobia decreases with age, which matches up with research into other fears. It may be a childhood fear that you can cognitively and think yourself out of, which is actually happens a fair amount. So when we look at this, let's get psychological. The oversized lips and eyebrows. Why do we fear clowns? Oversized lips and eyebrows distort the face so that the brain perceives it as not as a human, but slightly off. Clowns' unpredictable behavior makes us uncomfortable, and fearing clowns has been a fear of clowns, and actually, and I've seen this happen, can actually be a learned behavior from other family members. They fear clowns, so maybe you should too. It's the power of suggestion, especially with people who are impressionable or young kids. They're especially impressionable because they don't know what to think about this stuff. So when did this become a thing? And I've got a couple stories on this. We can kind of dwell on this. Mass media, contemporary clown, the evil clown archetype developed in the 1980s, noticeably with Stephen King's It. And that is a lot to do with it. I work with kids and they talk about it and they're like, I hate clowns because of Stephen King's It. And let's not forget also John Wayne Gacy. That pile of love.
But I never really thought of clowns as being scary because like Ronald McDonald was always like really like considered a friendly thing. Like it never really scared me.
Mm-hmm.
Like girl.
There's actually people that fear clowns so much that McDonald's has actually lost business in some localities. And so when this fear of clowns actually when Stephen King's It came out in 1990, the TV series, the miniseries on TV, they lost so much business because of Ronald McDonald being a clown after that they started de-emphasizing and not putting in Ronald McDonald's even in children's commercials. That's when they got rid of Grimace and the others.
Oh yeah, yeah. They really got rid of him. Yeah, I know that.
Didn't get rid of him, but just didn't put him out in the commercials because of that fear people developed from Stephen King's It. That's probably singularly the biggest one.
Interesting.
So, I mean, there's always things that, like, look what Jaws did for people to not want to go to the ocean.
It's legitimate, though. I mean,
that's still, huh?
It is legitimate to be concerned about sharks.
Yes, it is. It's also, I would be more scared about driving down a busy freeway.
I would be more concerned about sharks than about clowns.
I would too, really.
I mean, honestly, the likelihood that a clown is gonna like come and murder you is pretty unlikely.
Yeah, actually, there are clown sharks. Legit.
There's clown sharks.
There's a species shark called the clown shark.
I know not all sharks are necessarily aggressive, and not all sharks are that, But sharks can attack people. That can happen.
I've had them bump me off the coast in my kayak. I've had a great white puppy.
It is not. It's not like all the time, but it can happen. So.
Yeah, and the thing is, you have to remember is the statistical. Well, this is a discussion we can have on the show for that time.
Maybe during Shark Week.
Yeah, that already happened. Maya says, of course, I'm only afraid of killer clowns. Definitely. There's killer clowns from outer space. That's a band or a movie.
Yeah.
Maybe both. And of course, Wendy Hodge says, I've never been socially acceptable. And then, of course, Curtis says to come in with the long word for phobia is one of his favorites. He's either the longest or second longest word in the English language in the dictionary. I actually believe it is the longest word in the English dictionary is that fear of phobias or fear of long words. Fun trivia right there. So going back right here, and this kind of sets a template for the rest of the shows we're going to blast through here on this subject. But we look over here, and let me get rid of this. Is how is colorophobia managed or treated? Usually people go just hell no to the clown, right? Svea, you frozen or are you there?
I'm sorry. I saw a text from my employee.
Got it. So usually people, when they see the clown, the way they deal with it to treat that symptom is go hell no and go the other direction. But something that's more long-term effective, how's it managed? Learning to breathing and relaxation techniques to use before and after exposure. And this is actually rings true of many subjects. Viewing images of clowns, videos of clowns, progressing to be in the same areas of clowns. So it's a slow exposure therapy. And eventually being next to a clown or holding and viewing a clown image. So it's part of like two things that, if we touch on the subjects tonight, would be cognitive behavioral therapy as well as exposure therapy. That's done because we actually have a segment, if we get to it, we have a segment on a fear of open water and a segment on arachnophobia. But we've covered that. That's one of the things. It's like your fear, but it is kind of unreasonable. But I brought up John Wayne Gacy that did, out of the, I believe, 16 plus people that he did kill in the 1980s, he also did, I forget what he called himself, but he was actually also a clown at children's parties. Folks, do a thorough background check on the clowns that come to a children's birthday party. And Wendy is on a roll tonight. I view a clown image every time I look in the mirror. No, you don't. Wendy, no. You see awesomeness. With that, so fear of clowns. It's one of those things. It's like you got to think, why am I scared? Why should I be scared? And it's one of those things of master the emotions, exposure therapy. It's like, why are you scared? Me? There's no reason. I mean, I'll say it. Cockroaches. There's no reason I should be scared of cockroaches, but if I see one and it's a flying, if I have a bazooka or a cannon or a nuclear bomb, I am setting it off. It's unreasonable. I think that, but that's why I feel about cockroaches, along with somebody with clowns. What's your weakness there, Svea, that's along those lines?
I think like I had told you, like, you kind of know about this. The scarecrows kind of scarecrows kind of creep me out. Not necessarily like really cartoony ones, but more like the ones that happen to be on the Farmer Boys logo.
Yeah, I remember we've had that conversation where, folks, we're actually at a Farmer Boys in Hemet. We got done with a per cap day above reservation. And Svea's like, I'm not going to this place. I hate that cup. I hate him. Like, it's a cup. What
I do is I literally ask them for a sticker, and I put a sticker on the cup because they just put the sticker like right. They have this huge scarecrow on the cup. It just creeps. It doesn't. It's like I don't have a fear of it. It just, when I see it, it's disturbing, and I think it's just like it's that just when you see it, it's like a I don't know. It's just I don't even know how to explain it. It's just like an uneasiness of feeling when I see it.
Yeah. When we talk about that, I think this is a good time to segue in here. The fears is technology. Folks, we're going to specifically, do we fear technology? We're going to focus actually on a feature that just came out this week of AI from Google called Notebook LM. A lot of you probably haven't heard of it. You heard of it, Svea, yet?
I think you just told me about it this evening.
I just told you about it this evening. Now, I read about this and I went, what the heck? And now, let me show you that, first of all, Notebook LM is being marketed to students. This is the logo. It's experimental. It just came out, still in experimental stages. But Notebook LM by Google, actually, if you upload stuff to it, say a PDF, your notes that you turn to a PDF file or whatnot, or doc file for Word, you upload that, and Google will actually, go over here, Notebook LM, they'll take their algorithm, powers of the AI, and actually will correlate it and organize the notes for you, and you know the subject, and it'll actually act where you can actually talk to it, like say Siri or Google or Alexa, ask it questions, and it will summarize your notes for you. It's got a chatbot feature, and matter of fact, we're going to walk through this. This is blow your mind. If you don't really have time to go through this and see where it organizes the stuff, where it explains things, it will create a podcast, a conversation between two people that sounds like, honestly, like Sci Friday from NPR. And they will talk about the subject. And it will generate this from anything you upload. It's crazy. And I'm going to walk you through it because I did this. I have a couple. We're going to listen to this. First example, I took something actually from my biological anthropology lab class I'm taking this semester. And let's take a look. This is actually some of the slides from a PDF they sent us about cells, cells and DNA. And let me load it up here right quick. This, and I'm actually going to jump onto a subject that will blow your mind after this, and let's see if it'll play for me. Here it is. This is the podcast it created.
Maya, I agree. I totally agree.
It is, but it's another tool. Kids I talk to I scouts, kids in high school, they're like, oh yeah, I use it for this, this, and this. They're not. As us as adults, we're like, ooh, scary. Put out fire bad. That's us in AI.
No, it's not.
I'm concerned too.
No, it's just I think that they're not thinking about what the long-term effects can be on it. They're not necessarily thinking about the future of what can happen. They're not thinking about what the risks can be. I think that's what it is. They're not thinking about. It's kind of like they don't think there's anything that can be bad about it. That's the thing. They're not thinking there's anything to be bad.
I would agree.
So I'm not against it, but I think that people need to use it with caution.
Yeah. I'm actually going to bring up a share screen. I'm going to play part of that podcast and let me know if it's playing. It's spooky. I'm about to make you be real concerned. Here, and I want to randomly play parts of it. Let me get it up.
Welcome to your personalized deep dive into
you hear it?
genetics. We're about to unpack some serious knowledge from Germany's PPT chair.
Yeah, I want to jump through this.
Speaking of mind-blowing stats,
folks, let us know if you can't hear it.
Human and chimpanzee DNA are 99.9% identical. It really puts into perspective how such tiny genetic variations
It's echoing.
It's echoing?
It's a testament to the
How about now?
That 0.1% difference, for example, can involve
Still echoing.
size, language, and even our ability to walk upright.
So it's not just about the genes themselves, but how they're expressed that makes all the difference.
I'm going to play it over my mic.
You know what you need to do? I think you need to share it as the file. To share the whole file, I think.
How do I do that?
You present and share. That's what you did, right? You just shared
Yeah.
your screen. You need to present the file. In the meantime, I gotta run and get something really quick, okay?
Yeah, I'm going to have to play it over the mic while you do that, folks. I'm going to play it over the mic so you can get this. We have had a problem with doing video that has sound like that. I should turn a MP4 on it.
James, I'll be right back.
Okay. Folks, I'm going to play this over my computer speakers.
Welcome to your personalized deep dive.
Tell me in the comments if you can hear it.
We're about to unpack some serious knowledge from Germain S. 10E PPT
Okay.
Chart 3.
Folks, I'm playing it now over my mic. Let me know if you can hear it in the
A
comments.
treasure trove of insights into the code of life itself. Get ready to have your mind blown because we're going from trillions of cells down to the tiny variations in DNA that make you.
I'm going to skip about to the middle of this.
It's how we produce sperm and egg cells, also known as gametes.
Okay, so mitosis is for growth and repair, keeping things uniform. And meiosis is for shuffling the genetic deck, creating offspring with unique combinations of traits. Why is this shuffling so important?
Genetic diversity is the engine of evolution. By mixing and matching genes during meiosis, we create offspring with different strengths and weaknesses. This variation within a population increases the chances that at least some individuals will survive and thrive, even when faced with environmental challenges or diseases.
That makes a lot of sense. Survival of the fittest, the ones with the luckiest combination.
Okay. You get the idea here. Now, that is all AI that created that podcast. Now, I'm now going to blow your mind big time. That's from taking the genetic notes. I decided to throw this thing a curveball. And one that, I mean, a really good curveball you probably wouldn't think of right off. So what I did, and let's bring this up. So here's my notes that you saw that I uploaded. I decided to upload this. This is a term of anatomical parts in the Cherokee language of the human body, along with a list of diseases. I uploaded this very PDF. Just this is what it looked like, what I uploaded to Google AI. And here is the interactive part of, and this is live on my screen. Share. Okay, this is the actual AI, what it looks like. Let me bring it bigger for you. So it's summarized saying, this is just raw. I have not edited anything. This is a straight upload I did about an hour and a half ago. And it says, this appears to be a Cherokee language dictionary of the human body detailing various anatomical parts, medical conditions, and actions. And now, when I do the study guide, it will actually, let's go back over to notebook guide. If I do FAQ, it's generating, it will actually translate some of the words in Cherokee to the equivalent of the human body it's talking about. It has that ability to translate, which is nothing new to us. I go to Mexico, I use Google Translate a lot. And here we go. You have some of the parts, like the syllabary right here. I'm going to zoom in more for you. In that top part is the syllabary. It's translating as brain, ear, nose. And on that Cherokee part are translations, but it's able to do this on its own. And so as it does this, let me get out of that, it's summarized everything over. We have an FAQ. Go back to notebook guide, a study guide, a briefing doc right here, where it talks about body systems in Cherokee, and it's organized everything into a study guide from that one chart, from this chart right there. And now I'm going to play, and this is going to blow your mind, I'm going to play a couple segments, make very briefly, of about a 7 or 8 minute podcast that is AI generated of that two-person conversation. Let me get that going for you right quick. I'm going to hold the mic up to
Hey
the
everyone
computer.
tuning in, you're ready to dive deep with us today. We're going to get into some really cool stuff about the Cherokee language and how they talk about the human body.
It's fascinating stuff, really.
Yeah.
You've given me this document, and right off the bat, the way it's organized caught my eye. It's not just a basic Cherokee English dictionary of body parts, you know.
Yeah, I see what you mean. It's like they grouped all the words by body part, like all the head and neck terms are together, then it goes down to the chest and so on.
Right. Exactly. That structure really makes you think. It's like their language is showing us a totally different way of seeing the body.
Almost like they saw the body as a whole system instead of a bunch of separate parts just stuck together.
I think that's a great way to put it. This holistic perspective, that interconnectedness. I wouldn't be surprised if it pops up in other parts of their culture too.
Whoa, if you think about it that way, it totally
This is the
changes things up.
introduction.
Instead of just elbow, it's like the elbow is part of how the whole arm works together, you know? Makes
Really
Skipping ahead.
finding those hidden meanings and unexpected connections. I'm ready when you are.
Okay, let me find my notes here. Here's a good one. So we've got this term navel growing, and in Cherokee it's written like this, ed a da. Now in English we just say pregnant or talk about a baby bump, right? We don't have a special phrase for a growing belly button. So to me, the fact that their language has this term is super interesting. What do you make of that?
It makes you wonder about what a culture chooses to highlight, doesn't it? Having that distinct phrase for navel growing might suggest that pregnancy and childbirth held a special significance for the Cherokee people. Maybe it wasn't just a physical process, but something with a deeper cultural or spiritual meaning as well.
Right, it's like a little peek into how they saw the world.
Skipping
I
into
love
about the
that.
middle.
Decoding a whole way of life, that's perfect. Okay, so we've been looking at this map of Cherokee anatomy terms, and it's already got us thinking differently about how they saw the human body and maybe even the world around them. But what does this all mean in the bigger picture?
Okay, I think you get the idea. I played more of it a longer segment because I think it kind of highlighted what we're after. That is Google's Notebook LM, the AI, that has organized that. Remember how ChatGPT made a big splash a few years ago when it first came out? Second round, folks. Svea, did you catch like that, the podcast? You listen? Can't hear you.
I heard a little bit of it.
That was crazy.
So hey,
I've looked-
James.
Yes.
So are we talking about any of the DIY anything I sent you of all the months I've sent you anything?
Yeah, we're doing next show.
Next show, like nothing at all, Halloween at all, anything besides talking about fears at all?
We're talking about fears and introduction. That's part of Halloween.
Okay.
We got a whole show dedicated to that. We're gonna be doing the DIY stuff.
Okay. But then isn't that a little late? Because I mean they literally can't they have like 5 days to decorate their whole place with all the DIY ideas that we had.
Let's go ahead and well, we can jump on that right quick. We can fill that last 10 minutes because I think we covered enough just between clowns and that. That's a whole huge discussion right there. Arachnophobia, the fear stuff. Maybe we'll save that for next October. But that is what we got, and we've got a pretty good conversation going on here. A little bit on the comments. Well, we'll get to that.
It's very important, James. It's very important. I'm not trying to discount the subject at all, but I think that it also is important for people to have some ideas on how they're going to decorate their house and make it really scary.
Well, you want to do a pre-record for next Friday?
Yeah.
That's still a couple weeks out. Let's do a pre-record next week. Okay, because we're at 9 minutes now, and I've still got a closer to do.
Okay, so let's plan on that.
Got it. Okay, so folks, back to the subject here. We give you a lot of discussion. Let's just go ahead and go through the comments, and I got a closer. I got to show you something we did this week that is definitely worth sharing right here. We go. It's good for the comments. Okay, Carol Ann, that is mind blowing. Yeah. From Maya, spooky. It sounds like a real live two people on a real podcast.
Yes.
AI is so crazy weird. Definitely. Curtis Youngberg, that was impressive. Yes.
Actually, you know what? We could just AI. We should just AI an episode for us.
Well, we do have HRAI, who's
we should seriously create a podcast for us. See how good is it, and see what people think.
We're gonna try that. We're gonna let Notebook LM do the talking.
No, what if we? I'm just curious. I mean, this is totally off the cuff. What if we did an episode that's a Halloween episode? That's a podcast that's a Halloween podcast episode.
We're gonna talk about it. I dig that idea. That's something.
I mean, we're not going to do this forever. We're not going to do that forever. I'm not saying we're going to replace us and not do that and this anymore, but I'm saying that it would be interesting to see what would happen if James and I are so busy, we can still provide you guys with a new show and new content show with all the ideas that would come up, because we come up with a lot of different ideas. That's for
we do it. You look at Miles' comment there.
Oh,
thank you. We are the OG. That would be kind of cool to do, but it's HRAI has always been threatening us. This is not a new thing for us. Our HR department is run by an AI. A lot of our longtime viewers will know HRAI. We're going to break our HRAI back for just that. Okay. To go back, just to recap and summarize on that one, I threw something completely that people wouldn't think about with the Cherokee. I am familiar, I'm not fluent. I'm familiar with the Cherokee language. I've listened to the entire podcast that I downloaded. They played a segment for you. Some stuff it was pretty good about interpreting the direct translation, the implied meaning in the language. Other stuff, it was pretty good ballpark. There's a couple things, not really, but for what it did and what it was able to adapt and create, that what it produced, pretty damn good when you throw something that odd at it, to other people odd. So yeah, should we be scared or shouldn't be? I'm gonna kill with some. I'm gonna bring up some people already saw where I posted a video that I recorded earlier this evening. You ever heard of this? You ever heard of this game called Water Balloon Battleship? You're familiar with the game Battleship?
Yes.
Well, somebody in my Boy Scout Venture crew says, "Hey, we should try this game." I was like, "Oh, I like it. We will try this." And so we did this about a week and a half ago. We did adaption, and this is what we did. It's folks, it's where you set up a barrier like you're playing Battleship, but people get behind either side of a tarp that's been strung up about 8 feet so they can't see the other team. and they stand there and they got to throw water balloons at each other, like in Battleship. And if the water balloon hits the person, they sink the battleship. And this is what it looked like last week when we did this.
Okay. Everybody's gone. Jeez.
So that was the water balloon battleship. I filled up over 50 water balloons. Well, actually regular balloons because I couldn't find water balloons, which means they wouldn't automatically bust because they're better quality, thin little rubber, plastic, whatever. So I had so many of these things left over. And I also did another game with a group of scouts last Friday, 2 nights ago in Joshua Tree. And I still had a bunch of these left over. So I'm like, what am I going to do with these water balloons? I could hand them to Svea, but she's way up in San Ynez. And we can't throw water balloons at each other. And if we try to launch them,
people probably wouldn't feel that they wouldn't think it's very professional to be throwing water balloons at each other.
Especially with the stuff we do in the show. So I'm like, how do I get rid of these water balloons? I knew it. I need to hand it to somebody, 2 people that are competing for our attention. Folks, I bring you, and I told them, what are you going to do with this? I bring you a water balloon duel between Quarantino's very own, let me get a load up here. Where is this? Or Quarantino's very own Earl and Crazy Cat Lady.
Oh, no.
Take 2 steps and fire at each other for this duel. I do this for Quarantino's brand fine products.
And I do this for my kitties.
Ready? Begin. 1, 2. These things aren't blowing up. Your kitties, that's still not blowing up. Your kitties are still not blowing up. These balloons must be from Quarantino's. Yep. Here, I'll let you have a freebie. And now it busted. Here you go.
No, because you're gonna.
Well, there's still another one around here. Oh, here you go. Here's one from Quarantino's fine water balloons. Unbreakable. Whoops. And it's still not breaking. It's still not breaking. Ready?
No.
I'm going to put this over your head so it'll be a big hollow sound.
No.
Where's your kitties?
Right here.
Right there?
No,
Oh, no.
Oh, no, I'm kidding.
Oh, no, you have one. You missed.
And I like how the Crazy Cat Lady's wearing a Dancing Bear Indian Trader t-shirt.
Well, she was out cleaning the house and picking up poop in the backyard, so you want to put on a work shirt.
I guess she likes Dancing Bear Indian Trader brand than Elk Rock Traders because she.
Well, the thing is like I said, she was out cleaning up poop and still working out in the yard. Needed to wear a shirt that she could wear down.
Well, maybe she just really just always wears that, doing everything all the time.
Yeah, when we're doing stuff that would damage the good clothes.
No, maybe she's always wearing it. Doesn't matter, good clothes or bad clothes.
Well, you can fill in the blanks of reality however you want on that one, but yeah, I tell you, we were working out in the backyard, decided to do that on that part.
I don't know. I think
all right.
Jealous. I don't know.
Mom, if you're if she was watching, we'd already see her in the comments, so she's probably asleep right now. Okay. We see if we got anything else to go over with, folks. Well, there's some strong balloons by Maya. Well, when you buy regular party balloons and not specific water balloons, which are
you're supposed to use water balloons. You didn't.
It's all I could find. It's all I could find on a short notice. You go with what you got.
You know what you need to do? You need to just, when you go to Costco, you just need to go and pick up the thing where you spray. It's like it has a tube in it. You know what I'm talking about, where it blows up a whole bunch of water balloons at once.
I've heard of those. I ain't spending the money. I think you actually told me about that earlier, or somebody else did.
Like, just buy them when you see them in the summertime and then just keep them around because it's so dang hot where you live. You know that at some point you're going to want them when they're not available.
Well, that's the kind of like, everything. When you go to a big box store, you find everything but what you're looking for. It's just a law of nature.
Yeah, that's true. I guess.
Got it. All right, folks. It is 10:59. So with that, folks,
I'm so ready to hit the hay.
Oh, you got a long day and an even longer day tomorrow, folks. I don't envy you. I I got to drive up to Joshua for a couple of things, and I'm working on homework and getting for a show next weekend. But that's why I don't do so many pals these days. I have homework. All right, folks. Think about what your fear. Think about fear, how you react to it, and how you can think through it. But seriously, if you want to follow up on this, look at it. I know I got some friends that do the exposure therapy and the cognitive behavioral therapy. Look at it. Think your way through the fear. Recognize what can do for you. It's a healthy thing. And don't fear that Svea is always watching you and going, give him the look.
I don't know.
Svea is not always doing this, but if you don't watch our show every Friday, you will get the look that sometime Maya gets. You ready? Don't watch our show. You will get this look and just have it haunt you. That is a legit fear. Okay, we're done with that. And next week we are doing a pre-record with our Halloween crafts or the AI Halloween crafts.
I think we do the Halloween crafts because we need to give everyone a chance, because otherwise they're not going to have enough time to make all the Halloween crafts before Halloween.
And you have got a lot to share the way you have been putting that on Messenger as a place to file it. Even at 3 in the morning when I'm going and I hear bling, I'll look at him and Svea is doing more research.
Yes, I have sent him so many, you guys. You're going to be like flipping out.
Well, I imagine Svea is probably like 1 in the morning going, let's save this as a way to screw with James and say, oh, no, it's legit. I'm doing research. That's Svea.
You will not be sleepy tonight. You will be watching lots of reels. You will be watching lots of Halloween decoration reels tonight.
All right, Darth Nader. Let's see how well that works on our viewers. All right, we good?
Yeah.
Okay, folks, this has been another episode of Late Night Craft Talk, part 1 of our 4-part build-up, 3-part, whatever the calendar is, to our Halloween special on, I believe it was October 25th. Yep, right there. And folks, we'll see you. Been awesome. I did a pre-upload, but because we don't get the mic action, I'm gonna have to just run it from the computer for the credits. Because I did it on that one, and now things changed on us with StreamYard. Okay, folks, we'll see you next week. I hope you're dancing your Curtis Newberry. I hope you're just floating up there. I'm up now. Aw, ain't he cute? Yes, he is, Svea.
No.
Good night, folks. Don't you give it. You know, today I got a Facebook notice. Jar of Pickles is 10 years old. That jar of pickles.
Spoiled.
Huh?
Spoiled and rotten. He needs to be thrown away.
All I know is this is what it looks like now. This stupid thing's been around 10 years. The eyes are faded. I definitely would not want to open that jar of pickles after 10 years.
Pickles are not edible. They need to be thrown away.
No, I think there's things I haven't noticed before floating in this jar of pickles.
Yeah, it needs to be thrown away.
We may need to make Jar Jar Pickles the second while this one gets hauled off to a nuclear waste disposal site.
Yeah, it's scariness.
Definitely. Good night, folks.